Welcome to Jones and for Sports, where we make sports better.
What is good, y'all? It is your boy Jones. This is Locker Room Sunday, and as always, I'm joined with my host Luke. What up, boy?
It's been a long fucking time, Chief. We've been waiting on
Sure
this.
has. And we got my boy E. What's up, boy?
It's good.
We here, so y'all know, y'all already see what's going on today, what we came to talk about. I've already been talking about it on social media, but you can just look behind Luke. Luke, show them what you got behind you.
Let me swivel. I'll be more than happy to. Let me swivel my fat ass out of the way so you can see the full picture.
Boom, draft, Cleveland. What a beautiful backdrop. So obviously, y'all know what we came to talk about. We came to talk about draft shit. Well, we're obviously going to talk about our teams first. But like I said on social media, you guys want to come on social media, come on Locker Room Sunday, talk about your specific team. Come join us. We're more than welcome to have you. I already have a few episodes already lined up, and we're going to do it all week. So please come and join us. And let's get it started. So obviously, well, on the bad end, me and E, we're going to be in the beginning of this draft.
I'll kick it off when you have the earliest pick.
We're in the front, and then the Steelers are on the back end of
right before y'all.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We obviously, this is a for me, I want to say this is an important draft for us because I don't think this draft will make or break us, but I think it can if we make the right picks. So that's how I feel personally. What do you feel about, will this draft, regardless of how it goes for you guys, will it make or break you guys, Luke?
We are at a very, very crossroadish time in Steeler football where we're at the end of the Ben era. The defense lost pieces, and the inability to stop the run cost us a playoff run. So you factor that plus new offensive line holes, not having the money to do really anything in free agency. I mean, to remain where we were, I'm not even saying improve, just remain a playoff caliber team, you cannot fuck this draft up.
I hear that. E, like you alluded to earlier, your team is in front of all of us. So this draft must be important for your team.
All right, well, first of all, don't sound that excited. Y'all have to pick right after. Number 10,
we started off early.
So
we started off early, baby.
But I think it's definitely gonna make or break us because we're one of those teams where the right enough pieces we can contend for a playoff spot. You know,
yeah.
we know the struggle we have in our division. We have the Chiefs there, stuff like that. Our quarterback is do I think Drew Lock has had a fair shot at it yet? Nah.
No. He's
been battling injuries. The line was a little shaky The line was really shaky this year. We lost one of our big weapons in Sutton. So we have the talent. It's just if guys can stay healthy and be there.
That's true. I hear that. So let's get into the first segment of this episode, and that is, what are your team's top 3 needs for this draft? What do you guys personally believe that your team needs to address? Luke, start it off.
One thing is abundantly obvious with the Steelers. When you're the worst at something, as in worst in the entire NFL, that to me is the first thing you fix. So that is the running game, obviously. But it's deeper than just a running back. We also lost Marquise Pouncey and we lost Alejandro Villanueva. So right there, you need a running back, a center, and an O-line and an O-tackle. But I don't even pick defense until the 4th round unless some crazy value falls right into your lap.
All right. Okay, so that's your first one. What did you say? All 3?
Yeah, I said in this order. Give me running back, tackle, center, or guard because you can kick some guards in the middle.
Okay. I like that. E, what are your top 3 needs for the Denver Broncos?
Even though I feel like Drew Lock didn't get a fair shot, he still hasn't shown enough to like label him as a franchise quarterback. So obviously, I'm gonna go with quarterback.
Okay.
If it was up to me, I would have preferred a trade for a veteran instead of drafting. But with that sense, and then on the offensive side, some offensive line help. Garrett Bowles finally showed why he was a first-round pick last year, and that's a guy who I've been critical ever since he was drafted. Receiving wise, we don't need. I would go maybe another running back. We let Lindsey go, and on the defensive side, I feel like we don't need to address too much in the secondary. We did very well in the free agency in the secondary department, but for defense, I'll say like interior linebackers and interior linemen.
Okay, nice. Well, obviously, you guys know that the Cowboys have a whole bunch of fucking holes in that team, so it's hard to even pick 3. But we'll start off with the most important for me. I think that's the cornerback position. I think we got to address that. We addressed it last year with Trevor Diggs, but he's a work in progress. I don't think he's gonna jump to that next level, but he has made some moves and some highlights to where it's like, okay, he has that potential. So, but just to be safe, we still got to go get us a corner. And there's a corner out there that's very possible that we can get. So a good corner. So why not go get him if he's there? The second one, and after 2 and 3, it's just hard to really pick because I can go anywhere after that. But I'm gonna go with D tackle as my second important need for the Cowboys because, like Luke, Steelers, we can't fucking stop the run for shit. We were one of the worst run defense in the league, and you just can't win games when the opposing team can control the clock by running the ball all day fucking long. So that's something that's going to be needed to be plugged up. And then last but not least, we went on the what the fuck is he? I can't even think right now.
Safety?
Say again?
Safety?
Safety. Damn, hi guys, sorry.
Don't worry, I'm getting there.
I'm high. Safety. I was thinking offensive tackle. That's what I was thinking of as well. But that's another need. But safety is something that we definitely need because we lost one of our vets and Xavier Woods to the Vikings. Even though he wasn't all that great, he was still something that we needed to go because he was switching between corner and safety, backing up. I forgot his name. I think his name was Thompson, but he wasn't all that good. So that's something that we're definitely going to need to plug up. I would go defense if possible. Sorry for all the guys that are thinking Kyle Pitts and shit like that, because I'm not with that. I'm going to cut all that bullshit out. Kyle Pitts is not what we need. He's not gonna right. He's not gonna be there.
He's not gonna be at 10.
No shot.
2, we don't need him. We got. I think we're good at the tight end position.
If Kyle Pitts gets past Miami, there's something going on.
Yeah, but this is the NFL draft. Anything happens. We got fucking CD Lamb last year by luck, so who knows? But even if he is available at that point, I still don't know. So, but yeah. I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would. All right, so now let's get into the picks themselves. Who are your top 3 picks that you guys think on Thursday your team should call? E, we'll start with the Denver Broncos because you guys are first.
All right. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about the quarterback position and all the quarterbacks that are being taken.
And what pick do you guys have?
We have 9. We have 9. So there's even talks about us trying to trade up to get certain quarterbacks. This is going to be crazy because this is a team, like a guy I've never really been a fan of, especially where he comes from. But my first choice, if there was a quarterback there, I'll take Fields.
Right.
I don't like.
I didn't think you were gonna say that. Okay.
I don't like the disrespect he's been getting because going into this year, he was supposed to be the second pick. All of a sudden, Wilson's here. This Trey Lance guy's here. Mac Jones, the Alabama quarterback, might be a top 3 pick. What the fuck?
He ain't gonna be there.
I don't want him.
Nor should you, but okay.
Yeah, I'm not even a fan of why any team would trade up to 3 to draft him. But anyway, I'll take Fields if he's there. Don't get me wrong, I would take him in a heartbeat. And then I look at a guy like Micah Parsons.
Okay.
That line backing up. We ain't gonna get Sewell.
No,
he ain't gonna be there at 9.
Right.
So I look at some of the other linemen like Tucker from USC. And another guy I would say I don't think he'll be a top 9 pick, but if you never know. I like Najee Harris.
Oh yeah.
Team him up with Melvin Gordon back there.
That would be nuts. You definitely got to redeem that run game.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that duo of Najee Harris and Melvin Gordon.
Let me run something by you, E. And it's not because you are speaking of taking a running back. As opposed to reaching on Justin Fields when you don't need a quarterback, if you ended up taking someone like Rashawn Slater or Vera Tucker at 9, and then someone like Kyle Trask in round 3 or 4,
I'll take that.
That good answer.
Oh no, I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying go Fields is my first choice, but if we're that desperate for a quarterback in the first round, he's the guy I want.
Right.
He'll probably be there. It's going to be him or Lance left, probably.
And I
was thinking more Lance.
I understand that, but from what I've seen and whose resume I've seen and who I've actually seen play, I'm gonna want Fields.
Right.
But I'm not I would prefer addressing that offensive line. And then if a guy like Trask is there in second round, because that's what I even said. I speak to my father who's a Bears fan, and he even liked Trask, and I tell him all the time, Trask is a guy that you can find in the second round.
Yeah.
So I'll take that. Yeah, I would take that in a heartbeat.
What about trading back as well and stockpiling picks?
I like that idea too.
Because let's. And I'm not trying to sandbag you here, but you guys are not in an immediate contender mode yet.
No, I bet our highest hopes would be to contend for a wild card.
Right. So that would tell me stockpile as many picks as possible, and then get something. Just you're bound to hit on a stud the more chances you have to find it.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Listen, if Belichick wants to call the Broncos up, draft it, and say, I want number 9, I want Fields, by all means, Belichick, give us some of them picks.
Yeah.
Right. That's definitely possible because we know how he is. Definitely possible. There's been talks about that for weeks.
There was talks today that the Patriots like Fields. So there we go.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, you never know. The draft, and especially with Belichick. Belichick, blows people's mind, especially this year.
His trades are crazy come drafting.
He goes in. He's a genius at, doing his thing. Maybe not so much drafting.
That's his 1 weak spot.
Right. That's his one weak spot, but
shit.
he knows how to, navigate around it, shit like that, and still make it work. So, yeah, I can definitely see that being possible. So yeah, you said your teams, your draft picks, but do you think that those picks will get you to, like you said, your destination, which is at least the wild card? Well, is that those 3 picks gonna make push your team to the next level?
I believe so, just because based on the fact of, like I said, Locke hasn't had a fair shot. So if you protect him, the numbers are there when he actually does play. He does put up pretty good numbers.
This is true.
We have a good young receiving core.
Mm-hmm.
The defense, we get a Von Miller back with Chubb coming off the best year of his career. We have one of
wasn't Cortland Sutton hurt too?
Yeah, we lost our top receiver for the year. Jerry Judy's second year.
Yeah.
AJ Handler's second year. Tim Patrick is a good receiver.
Yeah,
no offense coming on. And then on the defense, we have one of the, I'm not going to say top 3 or top 5, but one of the best safety duos in the league.
Yep.
And Justin Simmons and Kareem Jackson. Just signed Kyle Fuller.
Yep.
Ronald Darby. Bryce Callahan could finally play the slot when he decides he wants to be healthy.
Mhm.
So if we can get some good interior linebackers and some interior linemen, we're there.
Yeah. If anyone's curious who wants to know just exactly how low key good the Broncos are, go play with them in Madden. You'll probably beat most other teams head to head just because you guys are stacked in the right spots.
Yeah.
Right. It's very true. Very true. So we'll see what the Broncos do on Thursday. Now we'll go into my desperate Dallas Cowboys. With our 10th overall pick right after the Denver Broncos. Like I said, I wanted us, huh?
Y'all want to give us some picks? Y'all could try. Y'all could attempt.
There's been talks. But I don't think it's gonna happen. There's been small talks, but I don't think it'll happen.
Since we're not after the same thing,
right?
We're good.
Like I said, I wanted to go corner or secondary in general. First, but that's corner
weakness.
Right. So Patrick Sutton out of Alabama, the second. He's by far one of the best corners, if not the best corner out of this draft. I know there's one other guy. I forgot his name.
Farley from
no. Yeah.
No.
He's another one.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you guys end up taking the Farley kid, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. That kid is allergic to hitting. Worse than Greedy Williams.
That's why I said I'd rather Patrick Sutton because I think he's more pro ready.
Let me ask you this. In your division, you have to deal with Saquon Barkley, the 2 to 3 headed monster of whoever Washington puts on the field, and Miles Sanders and Boston Scott. Wouldn't that tell you that you need not only a good press corner, but also a guy who loves and embraces hitting?
Right, exactly. He's physical, like you said. Right.
Patrick Surtain II is good at that. J.C. Horn is better.
J.C. Horn's another one. That's another one.
J.C. Horn's a fucking animal. If I was in your spot at 10 and I in the Pittsburgh needed a corner, I'd be okay with Surtain. I would lose my shit if we took Farley. I would be thrilled if I got J.C. Horn.
I like J.C. Horn too, but I like Patrick Sutton as well. And I think he's going to be a good fit, and maybe not a fit that will work right away, but something that we can plug in right now and get some experience, and hopefully he can catch on to that, right away, because we're going to need that shit. We're running thin in the secondary, and we're going to have to keep putting guys in, plugging guys in to fix that secondary, because if not, we can't get guys that can stay out there and learn that defense. We're going to be fucked again. And it's sad to say, because a couple years ago, everyone was talking about how great the Cowboys defense was.
And to be honest, though, like you think about it, you guys do need some corners, because you got guys like Scary Terry in Washington.
Right, exactly. You got
Galloway.
Warren. Yeah, I mean, McLaurin.
You got some receivers there.
You definitely do. So in a division like that, you got to be, especially after coming off of a season that division just came off of. So, everyone's going to be coming to improve as best as possible. So we're going to have to improve as well. And definitely on that side of the ball. With the second pick, which we have in our second round, which I think it's the 44th overall pick, I want to go D tackle. I would love to go D tackle. And the person I would like to take is Davion Nixon, out of Iowa. I think he led the conference and pressures or something like that. I forgot what the exact stat was. I don't have my computer. I fucking forgot it. High shit. But just watching the tape, I did a lot of research on this shit like that. We need someone that can cause havoc up front, especially with how bad we were on the defensive side, especially the defensive line side with all those names that we had there. We had some injuries as well. We had a few guys go out early, but we can't, like I said earlier, we can't let teams control the game by running the ball. If they want to control the game by throwing it, fine. But if they can control the game by running the ball down our throat all day long, then it's going to be an easy wipeout game because they have control of the whole game. Our offense, we know how our offense, we'll see how our offense is this year. But with what I've seen over these past 2 seasons, our defense is going to have to be solid from jump. And that starts at the defensive line. Even though I want to get a corner first, it has to start up front. Everything starts up front because if you can put pressure on the quarterback, it makes it easier on the corners. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
And if the corners are doing their job, it makes the D line better. You know, so we got to make sure that we have all of those things planned out the right way. It's going to be a different defense. It's going to be a new look. So hopefully, you know, that shit works out for us. But we definitely got to control that D line, D-Law. All those guys got to step up because it was pathetic what I watched last year, especially on the defensive end. You know how I am when it comes to defense. I pride defense. And just to see how bad that defense was, not just because they were just bad players, but just watching them, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They looked horrible. So I just couldn't watch that shit. I couldn't watch it. It was horrible. But in my last pick, I want to go back in the secondary and get a safety. A safety is something that I've wanted for the past few years because we haven't had a safety in a while. Xavier Woods and Thompson's been going back and forth back there, but they haven't done anything. They literally haven't done shit. Thompson was a pretty good hitter. He made some nice interceptions at clutch moments and shit like that, but nothing that would, you know, make a quarterback or a receiver scared to even go back there. You know what I mean? We need something like that. So I don't think this guy is that, but we got to start somewhere. So
I'm trying to say you need like somebody who's like a Justin Simmons or Minka Fitzpatrick.
Right. And I don't think we have that in this draft. But who knows? You never know. So Trevor, how do you say it? Morig,
yeah.
the safety out of TCU.
Yep.
I think TCU has been. We know how when it comes to TCU, they don't get enough buzz, but they're a very good fucking program, and they have a great talent on that team. And just watching some of the film that I watched from him, he's an aggressive safety. He hits. I think he led the conference in deflections. So even if you don't get interceptions, as long as you're batting the ball down, shit like that is important. Just the little things, the minor things, fundamentals is important. If when I watch tape, that's what I look for. And those 3 guys that I just named have those fundamentals, those little things that matter. And that's why I chose those 3 guys. And hopefully, you know, we do it. And if we don't pick those guys, we pick someone that's better. Because if not, I'm gonna be fucking stressed.
At least in the same ballpark. Like,
and to answer the question that I asked you, E, do I think these 3 picks can make or break us? No, I think they're not going to make that much of a difference.
Yeah, we already know. But we already know what's going to make a break. Yeah, Dak.
Right. It's Dak Prescott. It's, you know, defense as well. It's really going to be on if that defense can fucking hold us up, because we know the offense has the potential to score a lot. It's the defense. We got to fucking hold down on defense. I'm not too worried about that. I know he's coming back from that injury, but I think he'll be able to do his thing. Luke,
hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick. I don't think Morig makes it past pick 42. So pick 10, round 2. Would you be, if you're Jerry Jones and you know you need that safety, would you trade to leapfrog Jacksonville, get back in the first round, and take him at, let's say, 32?
I would.
32? Yeah. Hell yeah.
Jacksonville has 33, so you got to get him at between 32 and realistically, I mean, Buffalo probably doesn't need. Actually, they don't need him.
They don't.
There's a couple teams back there that could use safety pieces. Tampa might even. Who the fuck?
Right. If we can trade up where it makes sense, which I think we have a lot of draft picks, so I think it would definitely make sense. Yeah.
Because the gap between him and any other safety I've even heard of in this draft is very big.
Right. It is.
He is the guy.
He's the guy. He's the guy. So now, who are the three for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Well, it's pretty obvious who I want at 1. It shouldn't be any secret that Najee Harris is the best running back in this draft class.
That's a fact.
I'm terrified to death that Miami takes him at 21.
I think so.
I'm not worried about Denver at all because he's not worth going at 9.
No.
Miami and then the fucking Jets one in front of us at 23 scare me
that's
to
possible.
death.
That's definitely possible.
Right. Now here's the beauty of that situation. Miami, I think the best scheme fit for them is ETN. The Jets, I don't think necessarily need a running back so desperately they take one in the first round.
No, it depends on where who's available.
You better get a line. You better draft a lineman for Zach.
Right.
Wilson.
If you're taking Zach Wilson at 2, then at 23,
you gotta get one of those
guys like Rashawn Slater's probably going to be gone, but that 1B tier of tackles is going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you'd be stupid, especially, and you also got they actually spent money on wide receivers. Those are all useless unless you get a pocket for Wilson to throw to your new toys.
Yep.
Frankly, a running back, I could see the Jets getting someone like Javonte Williams round 2 or 3 and being equally happy.
Yeah.
With the tackle they need way more to running back.
Right. They definitely did tackle more.
Yeah, we are in the opposite situation. Without that running back, we're fucked. Because not only do there's a reason that Ben was getting rid of the ball quicker than every other quarterback in the league last year. Right. He has no fucking time.
He was doing.
And all of our running backs, Connor included, suck at pass protection.
Yeah.
Harris or my other option would be Javonte Williams are both way better at it than anyone we have right now. And it's not close.
Yeah.
So between that and actually doing running back things, they're far better than anyone we have on our team already. It's not even a debate.
Right.
After that, I'm going 2 linemen. Realistically, I think we can get Liam Eichenberg from Notre Dame round 2. And after that, the center from Wisconsin, Tyler Bledaz, should supposedly be there.
Okay.
There's not really much to go in on. Wisconsin and Notre Dame are just good lineman schools.
Yeah, definitely Wisconsin for sure.
Notre Dame too. Or if we choose to go tight end, Notre Dame's the well for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I even like the linebacker from Notre Dame.
Yeah, Core is the fuck his name. Koromoa Owusu.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to be past 25.
So what do you think about those picks? Do you think those picks, if you guys get those guys, will it make your team that much better? You guys are already good.
Well, here's the thing.
You guys can already compete for your division.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
The problem here is
definitely got better though.
Baltimore runs for 300 yards a game.
Sure do.
And Cleveland can do it too.
Yes, they can.
The only team who's going to throw is Cincinnati, and I'm better equipped stopping Cincinnati than anybody.
Yeah.
So, would we be better? Yes, because
did you guys lose to Cincinnati last year?
We split.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like we didn't beat them. We just didn't win both. Usually we win both. Yeah, weird year last year. But for what it's worth, the way we win is take the ball and the pressure off of Ben. Stop making him do everything. He can't do it anymore. Right. He's too fucking old.
Especially at this point in his career.
Right. Exactly. And we don't have a Hines Ward or a fucking Antonio Brown anymore. Not to say I don't like Juju, but Juju's not a number 1.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. First off, have I ever objected? No,
it's not you. It's other Steeler fans.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, you should know. I'm about as realistic as they come.
Talking ass out of here. He's not a number 1 receiver. Fuck that.
The one who has the potential to be a number 1 is Claypool, but they only use him on 9 routes.
Yeah.
just to draw PIs.
Yeah, because your other fast guy can't catch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
fucking what the fuck? What's his Johnson? Deontay Johnson.
Yeah,
Deontay Johnson.
He's open so many times.
I picked that motherfucker in fantasy too, and he cost me so many drops.
Yeah, he drops a lot of.
Oh, and not to mention fucking the king of tight end drops is also on our team. Fucking Eric Ebron. So yeah, point is, right. If you're not telling Deontay Johnson and Eric Ebron, take a hike, you're not cutting them out in camp.
No.
So you got to run the ball.
Yeah.
And also, I love James Conner as like a human in the story. If I see one more run where the guy runs out of steam after 30 yards and gets shoestring when he has nothing but daylight, and again, no, Benny Snell is even slower, and Anthony McFarland just needs more time to get going. Jalen Samuels sucks. I can keep going.
So wait, I don't know if you answered my question though. Does this team help you guys get better?
Obviously, we're number 32 in the fucking league in running. You give me 2 linemen and a stud running back, yeah, we can't be much worse.
You can only go up from there.
Can Najee Harris tackle? Can Najee Harris tackle fucking Nick Chubb? Probably.
Oh my god.
Can Javonte Williams? Probably. I don't. I want to say, will they help? Who the fuck knows? God forbid we draft Harris and he blows his ACL jumping to go hug Roger Goodell. Nothing is safe anymore.
All right. It's true.
So, and for how many times have we fucking seen, not just with running backs, but just first rounders in general? Ask the Titans about Isaac Wilson.
Yeah.
That was a first round pick who is now out of football and virtually untouchable.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it happens sometimes, I guess. Right. That's the NFL draft. Sometimes they look great and then they turn out to be shit. We had a whole fucking COVID episode about that shit, didn't we?
Yeah.
Bust in the NFL, NBA, and shit.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I swear
there'll be a few in this draft as well.
Real quick, if the NFL fucking hears this, I understand that last year's draft, you were trying to boost the spirits of fucking first responders because they deserve that. And especially when we were a month or two into the pandemic. Not every commercial break do I need a 10-minute video from the Red Cross. Business. I would rather see Doritos commercials alternating. I would. I'm sorry. I've heard it from I've enough. I get it. You keep saying it, but not every time. Just give me just take off a little bit.
Just a little bit, guys. Just a little bit.
Just give me 25%
off. E, is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Draft wise, nah.
All right. I have one thing I want to say. I'm not going to make it long. I'm going to make it short and sweet. But I wasn't able to. I just didn't have time to do a Jones for smoke for it. But I'm gonna do a real quick one right now. And Brett Favre, please do us all a favor and shut the fuck up
forever.
Just shut the fuck up because you're not making any fucking sense at all. You're not making sense. What did he say now? First, he said, keep politics out of sports.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you for saying that because you really are just proving your colors by saying that. Because obviously, the politics that are in sports now, there's a reason behind it. You know what that reason is. We're not going to get into that. Don't act like you're fucking
my thing on that is let's keep it honest. An issue like that, who the fuck is looking towards Brett Favre and his opinion on it? Go sell some fucking Wranglers. Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. I mean,
are we going to be surprised that the kid from bumfuck Mississippi maybe isn't fan with both?
Yeah, you feel me?
Right.
I don't want to
exactly.
Honestly, listen. I don't give a I don't want to hear shit Brett Favre has to say.
Well, first off,
Right.
you don't like Brett Favre dating back to the 90s when y'all were losing Super Bowls.
Yeah, we beat him in one though.
Yeah, good for you. Well, I'm just saying that's a long-standing disdain for Brett
it's
Favre.
just like there's certain guys when these topics come up, like in sports, we know who's the political guys.
Yeah.
There's certain guys that we just don't have to hear from.
Right. There's just certain things. And then especially the timing, bro.
Yeah,
all right, I understand if you don't like it. But guess what? You don't run the fucking NFL. So whatever you say doesn't mean shit besides the people that fucking agree
I'm not
with you.
taking shit out of a guy who had to fake retirement so he can get traded because
Like
he knew
3
he was going to
fucking
lose his
times.
job to Aaron Rodgers.
Like 3 fucking times he did that shit. He's a
So
piece
retired.
of shit. Fuck
Maybe
Brett Favre.
maybe it's that Saints bounty on him still repeating.
Hey, like I said, fuck Brett Favre. You've lost all respect for me. There's nothing you can say or do from this point on that can repair what you've done so far because you really, I was a big ass Brett Favre fan, fan. But now you're really showing, like Luke said, where you're from. You're really, and we know where you're from is one of, if not the most racist place on earth. So just do us all a favor. If you don't like what's going on, just don't fucking watch it. Just like everyone else is saying it. They don't like the politics in sports. Don't fucking watch it because guess what? It's here. It's here and it's staying here until shit changes. So deal with it.
Being that, all right, since we're off the draft, I do want a quick topic. How do we feel about the jersey numbers?
Oh, yeah.
The new jersey rule.
I didn't actually look into. I saw that Tom Brady was upset about.
I'll give you this. It's in effect. Patrick Peterson's going to wear number 7 on the Vikings this year.
What the? Yeah. Okay. So it was something about single digits and shit, right?
Yeah. Well,
it's a whole bunch of different number changes. Like they're loosening up the restrictions.
It's not it's not as crazy as college where like D tackles can wear like 3. Yeah. Like it's not that weird.
The single digits is now open to the
receivers and I think DBs. Corners. Yeah, right. Safeties too.
So like for example, CeeDee Lamb, if he wanted to wear his college number for y'all, he could wear 2.
I'm okay with that.
If they have to buy the remainder of jerseys of theirs from the NFL,
from Nike,
which Dalvin Cook declined to do it because it was $1.5 million.
God. Oh, so the player themselves have to do it, not the team?
Yeah, if you want to change your number,
wait till 22.
Yeah, if you want to change your number for this season, you got to buy out
the remainder of the jersey
that was made for this season.
Yeah.
Like Stephon Diggs came out and said he wouldn't do it. He don't want to change his number because all the fans who bought
that already have his jersey.
Right.
That's let's be real. That's the best fucking answer.
Yeah, but
exactly.
People know me in Buffalo as number 14. It's kind of a dick move if I'm going to be like, oh, okay, now I'm number 8.
Yeah. Right. I hear that definitely. No, I definitely hear that. I don't have a problem with how the rules of it, I guess, with how it's the receivers and corners. I'm okay with that. If it was like linemen and shit, like you said, it would have been ridiculous. But corners and all that shit, I'm okay with that. But I also understand the other.
There's only one thing I want to see. And I wish this existed 10 years ago because it would have happened. I want either a kicker or punter to be 69 with a single bar fucking face mask. And the guy who would have done it is now arguably the most successful sports talk host on the planet.
Pat McAfee.
Yeah, he definitely
Patty Max would have done that shit in 3.5 seconds.
He definitely would have done
fucking Pat McAfee.
All right, well, that wraps it up for this podcast. You guys heard our draft thoughts and needs. If you want to come join us, we already have a list of people that want to join us. And not only just pre-draft, we can also do post-draft. So if you don't get a slot for this week, we can definitely get you after the post-draft and talk about the recap of the post-draft. So other than that, it's your boy Jones, E, Luke, Locker Room Sunday, Jones of the Sports. We make sports better. Peace.